Hello everyone, what is up? It is me, AlbyMTG. For today's video, we actually have a little bit of gameplay here. I want to talk a little bit here in the beginning of the video about why I haven't really been uploading quite as much recently, and that's because I've been doing a lot of preparation for kind of a big comeback, I guess. Not really a big comeback, but um, a little bit of a change that'll be happening to the channel. So I've been doing a lot of thinking about what the channel really needs from me, what I need from the channel, and most importantly, what you guys need slash want from me as a creator. And one of the things that I found that I'd be able to do that kind of puts all of these things into one category was to start uploading more gameplay videos. The gameplay videos allow me to give tips while playing the game. You guys can see my thought patterns as I play these games, and I still get to practice a little bit of actually playing the game myself because I do enjoy playing the game. Obviously, I wouldn't be a creator if I didn't love playing Magic, so the ability to actually play games for videos I think is going to be something that will definitely make me want to upload more and just so many sweet decks that we can put together to just play some matches with. That goes for MTG Arena as well as Magic the Gathering Online. And to go along with these, I actually have been working on my Streamlabs setup. So this here is going to be my new Streamlabs setup for when I stream over on twitch.tv/AlbyIsLive. We'll have the nice little sponsored by Cardsphere button up here in the top. Cardsphere logo, as well as all of my links, the Twitter, the YouTube, and Twitch links. Here is where you'll see the gameplay, whether it's MTGO or whether it's MTG Arena. It'll show up here in this screen. Up here in the top right-hand corner is where my camera will be, the face cam. I decided to turn it off here. You can see it's turned off right now for this video, but of course when I stream and possibly when I make videos in the future, that'll return. Here is where chat will show up, so whenever people are typing things in the chat. And then down here on the bottom right-hand corner, I still have to do some of the updates to this a little bit, but this is where the alerts show up. So whenever someone, follows the stream or someone else hosts the stream, something along those lines, that'll show up down here in the bottom right-hand corner. And so I'm really looking forward to getting back into streaming. I haven't streamed in quite a long time, but when I did stream, I really enjoyed it. So again, not YouTube.com, Twitch.tv/AlbyIsLive is where you guys can find those. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and play some Magic now. I have about half of a league done. Sorry about that. I have about half of a league done here with a standard deck that's actually pretty sweet. So the standard deck that we'll be playing for today's video, as you guys can see here, is Simic Flash. This is actually my friend's Simic Flash list that he took to a 13th place finish in the SCG Open at Worcester. He lost his winning in. If he would have won his winning in, he would have top 8'd with this deck list. So the deck is definitely very good. I've been having a reasonable amount of success with it. I think it's a pretty good deck, and this is the exact 75 that he ran when he put up his great result this weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and play it as well. And let me see, we go to play, we go to traditional constructed, and so you can see I actually tried to record this video yesterday and it just didn't go over quite as well as I would have liked it to. So you can see we are 3-1 so far in the league, so we do have 2 more matches here to play. Hopefully that would get us to the 5 wins and 1 loss to end up with the maximum number of prizes. Of course, if we do lose one match, if we do lose one match, then this league is unfortunately over, but we'll see what happens first, whether we end up winning 2 games or whether we end up losing 1. I'm fine with it either way. We've already made our money back on this league, and it's time to actually play some Magic, which is something I really enjoy. Alright, it took a little bit of time, but we do have our opponent now, and we have a bit of a sketchy keep, so we're going to go ahead and mulligan this one, especially with the London mulligan. Game does appear to be lagging a little bit. It's probably because I have all of these things open. Let me just close Streamlabs quick. Alright. Hopefully that'll go a little bit faster now. This hand we can keep. This hand is fine. I guess I'm putting back Essence Scatter. It's the worst of the counter spells. I like already having the double green, knowing that I have Nightpack Ambusher in hand. So we'll start off with an island and pass the turn. And we'll see what we're up against here. My guess, obviously, we've got some Chandra sleeves over here. I'm going to go ahead and guess mono red. But you never know. Jace Avatar could be okay. Yeah, splits the middle. So we've got blue and red here. I'm just gonna play the forest and pass the turn. That's basically all the Simic Flash deck does, is just play lands and pass the turn, and then you do everything on your opponent's turn. Since they shocked here, that means they either have Spell Pierce or Shock. Shock, I believe, would be the more realistic of the two, and we'll pass the turn. So I'm just or maybe it's an Opt actually. They could be casting Opt on my end step. It's an Opt, okay. So my guess is that they are some version of Phoenix, whether it's Jeskai Phoenix or Is It Phoenix. That would be my best guess. It's going to make things a little bit awkward if their play for the turn here is Goblin Electromancer, because that's something I really want to counter, but I was Search for Azcanta, so it's control. Can I race control with Cutthroat? Yeah, actually I think the Search for Azcanta is fine. And we'll just play out Cutthroat and we'll try and race. Them shocking there on turn 1 was actually pretty relevant. Now that we're in the race situation, we'll attack in for 2, pass the turn, and now we can hold up both Spectral Sailor and Syncopate for 1. If we get both of those off, that puts another 2 counters on the Brindborn Cutthroat, which allows us to attack for 5 next turn, because we'll also have the 1 from the Sailor, and then we can resolve a Nightpack Ambusher the following turn. Again, with Search for Azcanta, my guess is some sort of a control deck. I don't think that they're Phoenix. Phoenix normally doesn't play Search for Azcanta in the main. Looks like he's debating removal spell. I guess I'm playing Spectral Sailor and not playing the Syncopate unless... No, yeah, I'm just gonna take the turn back to me here. We'll play the land, attack in for 4 this time instead of 5. Jaya's Greeting. So on 4 they could resolve Crackling Drake is probably what they're trying to resolve. Kill this plus Crackling Drake seems fine. I think I'm gonna go for the Sinister Sabotage, just keep the Brindborn Cutthroat around. Maybe this is Spell Pierce now. Yeah, they have the Spell Pierce? Sure thing. So then we will only get in for 1 then with Spectral Sailor. And unfortunately we don't have any other mana then to syncopate something on their turn. That was a really good sequence of plays on their part. Plays another mountain, plays Saheeli, okay. Double Nightpack Ambusher, that's pretty deadly. So now we enter the question, do I even care about Saheeli? Honestly, I don't think so. I think I can, with double Nightpack Ambusher, I think I can race a Saheeli. That could be a pretty bold take, but I think we might be able to. 4 cards in the bin then for Azcanta as well. And they're going to pass the turn to us. We'll try and resolve a Nightpack Ambusher, and it resolves. Beautiful. Again, I'm just going to go both of these over here. If he makes a servo token to block the Ambusher, I'm not scared about that. Didn't do anything on our end step with 4 open mana. That's pretty interesting. So my guess is we're probably seeing Niv Mizzet, maybe? This looks like Lava Coil. Callous Dismissal? Sure. Yeah, that's fine. We can just recast it. It makes it harder to get through the ground with these two. Why would... Alright, sure, I'll bite. Try and give this +1/+1 in response to your shock. Okay, sure. Alright, now I have to figure out what I want to do. So if I flash in Ambusher this turn, I don't get to make an additional wolf. I think the play is probably just attack Spectral Sailor and Wolf here. Again, like I said, I don't care about these tokens. These tokens can be whatever they want to be. As long as they're on the ground, our creatures are going to just be bigger than theirs. If he goes for the triple block, I think I just take the 3-for-1. I don't think I unsummon there. That way we can still make the additional wolf. And we'll attempt to pass the turn, have the wolf trigger, make another 3/3. So now if he bins this card, he does get to flip the Escanta. So he will be flipping Escanta this turn. Again, I think we're in a fine spot. I'm not really worried about this position. They have an active Planeswalker, but the Planeswalker really doesn't do much right now. Yeah, it just doesn't do enough. I'll block there, I guess. I'm not blocking with this thing, but I'll block 1-for-1. Maybe he has shock. And if he has shock, we just get him again when we flash in another Nightpack Ambusher. Chandra, okay. Chandra's pretty good. Chandra doesn't kill Nightpack Ambusher, though. And unfortunately, it can't be countered either, so the Syncopate doesn't do anything. So he's going to try to wipe the board. We're going to flash in Ambusher in response, which is going to save this wolf token, this wolf, and yeah. And now we have just like 1,000,000 damage, and he's tapped out. So that's game 1. On to game 2. Don't really know too much about our sideboard for this one. Carnage Tyrant seems okay. Negate seems okay. I guess both are better than these 4 Essence Scatters. That could just be the sideboard, because that's just a 4/4. I guess we could take out 2 unsummons and maybe look towards 2 Ceratops. I really want to do things on their turn though, since they're a control deck. I don't really want to be tapping out on my turn for 4. And something like this still dies to Lava Coil, Double Shock, you know, those sort of effects. Maybe we just take out 4 Unsummon and go for Growth Chamber Guardian. That could be another option as well. I think I'm just going to bring in 2 of the Ceratops. That can't be right, though. Ceratops doesn't do anything. It didn't have any blue creatures, so the protection from blue is basically irrelevant. If they're just like blue-red control, the only reason you run blue is for like cantrips and counterspells. Maybe it's Growth Chamber Guardian, just so that we have additional threats. We could go, yeah, actually I don't mind that. -4 Unsummon, +4 Growth Chamber Guardian. And then we'll try and run it like that. Alright, this time we will be on the draw, I assume. My opponent is going to take the play. And show me a decent opener. This is a decent opener. We get to curve out very nicely. Being on the draw this hand is a little worse. But I think it's playable. Yeah, we'll keep. I don't like that we can't go like Brineborn Cutthroat, protect it from removal spell, because they'll probably just fire off a shock or lightning strike, something of that nature right away on the Cutthroat as soon as we play it on turn 2. But I guess if they tap out for something, then we get an opportunity. We'll have that enter tapped and pass the turn. It's possible that I should shock here because they're not really doing too much damage to me. They're just kind of chipping in for like 1 point at a time with things like servo tokens and Chandra Acolyte of Flame emblems. So maybe holding up something like a Spell Pierce would have been fine there. Interesting. We'll play Hinterland Harbor past the turn. So this means they could actually be just Skywalkers and maybe just didn't see the white last game. Just plays the Saheeli, that's fine. So this game I might be forced to actually pressure the Saheeli. Ambusher's pretty good. Do I have to pressure Saheeli? Actually, I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I think I can let Saheeli just do her thing. Especially because he doesn't have a red source yet, aside from, like, this, but he can't cast Shock or, like, Shock, Lightning Strike, anything like that off of it. Search for Azcanta. This could... So if he just goes, like, red source Shock after this, I feel pretty bad, but... I don't know. Search for Azcanta is a great card, especially with him already being on the play and having some number of cards already in there, even if it is just one. And it looks like I really like that play now, seeing that he missed his land drop. That was just 100% the correct play then. He was using Search for Azcanta as a way for, as a way to filter for lands. See if he has the land drop this time. He does, but it's another blue source. And I think that means we're resolving a Nightpack Ambusher unless there's a counterspell for the Ambusher. And there isn't, yeah. This is going very well. Temple was like a fine land to draw there. Trickster... I guess Trickster's okay. It can remove a blocker at some point. And both of these are going to come in here. Actually, if he has like double... So what did he do last turn? He searched for Azcanta, so it can't be opt. It could be... An island was his draw for turn this one, so he doesn't have an opt. Yeah, I think we're okay to attack with this. I don't think he can cast 2 spells to make 3 tokens to be able to block. Yeah, he's just going to chump block the Ambusher, take 4, and we'll pass the turn, make another token. Callous Dismissal our token. So if he blocks here, he takes 4, 7, 10, so this isn't just lethal. I think it's okay though. Oh yeah, it is just lethal because we kept the Trickster on top to tap down the blocker. Yeah, so it was lethal. Alright, so there's 1 victory. And so this will take us into game 2 where we will try to end up 5-1 here in this league. This traditional constructed one, and then we'll see what 2 rares, uncommon, and 2,100 gold we end up receiving. So if we lose this next one, we only get 1 rare and 2 uncommons. That should be fine. You don't really play these ones for the rewards, you play these ones more for the experience, because the rewards aren't necessarily the best. And for you guys, it's more of trying to get a feel on what it's like to watch me while I'm streaming, because this is basically the same kind of feel that you guys can get while I'm streaming. I talk through all of my plays. Obviously, if people are in chat, we interact with chat then as well. We just have a good time, hang out, play some Magic cards. I guess this is okay. Having Temple seems fine. So we'll play Temple on 1, second Ambusher. We already have the green sources, just need 1 more land after that. I'm fine with that. It's Esper Control. Or Esper Hero, I guess, technically. Either way, it's annoying. Hopefully this is, oh, okay, it's neither. I was going to say, hopefully his play there would be Hero instead of Teferi. Well, Teferi just beats our entire deck, so we're going to go ahead and counter a Teferi. We will keep the land on top, which now gives us access to these Nightpack Ambushers. We'll play a Forest and pass the turn. Elite Guard Mage. So now it's just a matter of whether I want to get Nightpack Ambusher on board or not. I think this is fine. I think I'm going to let that resolve and then cast Nightpack Ambusher. Alright, we have some counterspell backup now in both Frilled Mystic, Syncopate, Essence Scatter as well, I guess, technically. We've got all the counters in the world. So after seeing Elite Guildmage, they're definitely Esper Hero instead of Esper Control. We'll make a 3/3. Teferi, we can counter for 3 and leave a... No, we can't counter for 3 and leave up unsummon, so we'll just play Frilled Mystic and see if they have a counterspell for it. They have D-Spark for an Ambusher, that's fine too. But we can't let Teferi resolve. If Teferi resolves, we just lose the game. So that's that's something we just can't let happen. We'll play our land. So he left this back so that we couldn't attack for 2. I don't know if he's going to trade or not. Yeah, he chooses not to trade, takes the 3, pass the turn. The Syncopate is starting to look a little worse in our hand now. Hostage Taker's pretty good. Yeah, we'll go for Essence Scatter. If they fight over the Essence Scatter, then we would have been able to Syncopate in response or something along those lines. Again, we're just gonna be patient here. We're ahead on board. Technically ahead on cards in hand, although I believe the cards in our opponent's hand are probably better than the ones in ours. Aside from Ambusher, Ambusher's pretty good. Fairy Hero of Dominaria. So I would like to counter X equals 3. And we got the counter off. That means we'll play a Spectral Sailor. Come back to our turn. Temple's kind of not great. Another Temple obviously goes to the bottom after I said that the first one wasn't great. We'll attack it in for 3. So now he's looking to trade. That's fine. Fortunately, we are out of counterspells now. Bolus's Citadel? Huh. I mean, yeah, it happens. Shocks and then plays Hero, sure. Alright, Guard Mage. I guess I just let him try to go off with Citadel here, and then flash in Ambusher. Yeah, I'm flashing an Ambusher. I was thinking about drawing a card for a second. I don't think that's the correct play. I think we just bring in Ambusher. So now, what's the worst case scenario? Double blocks here, and we bounce Hero. Blocks here, so I can't attack with this one. I can attack with both. Seems fine. Sure. We'll deal damage like that. Like to unsummon Hero of Precinct 1. So I already played... yeah, I already played a land for turn, so there's no point in me drawing the card now. I can wait till their turn. There's the hero. Oath of Kai is pretty good. Maybe just hits the token unless he's... Okay, hits Spectral Sailor, sure. I'd like to draw a card. Hinterland Harbor doesn't do anything. Again, gain some life though for the Citadel, which is pretty relevant. Another hero, sure thing. They know about this one, so I'm just gonna play it out. So I don't think I attack with this, I think I just attack with the token again. Just goes for the chump, that's fine. We'll pass the turn, make a token. This is the part where Bolas' Citadel starts getting out of hand. We could still very easily lose this game at this point. Let me take a look at their graveyard again. Tyrant Scorn, sure. Another Thought Erasure is fine. Making all the tokens. We do have some number of flyers in our deck, like we have the Spectral Sailors. Narset's pretty good. He is at 2 life though, which is definitely not, you know, not nothing. Teferi resolving is going to be pretty big though. Probably Tux Ambusher, yeah. Probably at the point too where he can start attacking. He knows, okay, sure. He knew we didn't have anything. No attacks. I guess I am playing this now and passing the turn, because now we have enough that I can play Spectral Sailor, draw 2 cards. Assuming Spectral Sailor resolves. Oath of Kaya, sure. Actually, we're just dead this turn. Assuming my opponent sees the line, we are actually just dead this turn. This can target players, right? To any target? Yeah, so if he Oath of Kaya's me, we're dead. Because he can activate Bolas' Citadel, and so he can attack me with all of his tokens, and then sacrifice all of his tokens. That's the incorrect play, but you do you, man. You do you. Because he attacks with everything, gets in for 10, and then... Or more than 10, I should say. Oh, we're still just dead anyway, I guess. And then activate Citadel. Sure. Yup. I'm gonna draw some cards to see if there was something I should have done instead. Cutthroat. So I could have traded, I guess. Yeah, sure. So I would have traded Cutthroat. I think we're still really far behind though at that point. Our whole sideboard seems like fine against this. Growth Chamber Guardian's good. Carnage Tyrant's probably fine. Trancing Melody, I don't think is where we want to be. So it's like Negate and Ceratops. Probably the 2 unsummons get cut. guess this seems fine. How are they gonna board? They're gonna focus more on resolving a Teferi, boarding in some counter spells, I would assume. So maybe we go to 1 unsummon, 3 negate. I don't think I'm at the point where I want 4 negate, 0 unsummon. Pro blue here really doesn't do anything. Their only creatures are white, aside from like the shield mage or whatever the flyer's called. I think this is fine. We're gonna try it with this one. See if we can potentially steal game 2 and then play a good game 3. Play first. That's man. If this unsummon or even if this syncopate was a land, this would have been a snap keep. Double cutthroat's so deadly. This is a mulligan though. This one's a keep. I guess Frilled Mystic. Yeah. Opponent also took a mulligan, I believe. So we'll both be starting on 6. However, them being on the draw after taking a mulligan is a little bit more advantageous for them. Spectral Sailor. Alright, Breeding Pool. I'm going to play Forest for now. That way it looks like we're holding up some sort of counterspell, whether it be Essence, Scatter, Negate, something of that nature. Alright. Enters tapped. So we couldn't counter the hero. Maybe they'll think we have the negate. Just runs out Oath of Kaya anyway, sure. I guess that's fine. They would have made a token if I would have countered it. And maybe they have Big Teferi or something like that that's more relevant that they're trying to have resolve. We're going to pass the turn and then most likely Ambusher unless the play is Teferi. If the play is Teferi, then we Frilled Mystic. This deck's just pretty good against us due to the fact that they can make all the tokens to go wide. Alright, sure, I'm down. Ambusher block. D-Spark, sure. So it would have happened anyway. It just saved us 2 damage was all that did. Next turn they could be tapping out for Teferi. So I either start blocking with Growth Chamber Guardian, or I hold this up and try and counter Teferi that comes down. I think I'm going to go for the Growth Chamber Guardian, and then just hope that they don't have Teferi. I'm also going to adapt now, that way I'm guaranteed to find another Growth Chamber Guardian. It means we're not holding up counter spells, so they are free to just, you know, slam land into Teferi or something like that, but Duress, sure, Duress misses. But I think it's more important that we resolve this Growth Chamber Guardian's ability to have another Growth Chamber Guardian. And that slowed down their attacks as well. We'll play out another Growth Chamber Guardian. This one I'll choose not to because I'm planning on probably flashing in one of these instead this turn. Still no attacks. Hostage Taker. I think I'm Frilled Mysticing Hostage Taker. I think that's a big enough threat to Frilled Mystic it. Syncopate's fine. Are we at the point where I can start attacking yet? They have 1 card in hand. Sure. I assume they just jump block. No, they're gonna go for all 4 tokens. That seems very bold after I showed them unsummon in the previous games, but sure thing. Man, I was really hoping they shocked there and then tapped out for a Bolus of Citadel that we could just counter for X equals 1 and still play the Ambusher. I don't have mana to do both of these, unfortunately, so I'm gonna opt for the Ambusher instead. Spectral Sailor's pretty solid. I'll attack with a Guardian. I don't think they want to trade off a hero yet. Yeah, that's fine. Because that means I don't have to use that mana yet either, which is, again, just perfect for us. Kaya's Wrath. So, obviously, like, the play is obviously counter it, right? But I could also adapt this, play this post-combat. I think it's better to just counter it, though. So, counter for X equals 4. Yeah, X equals 4. They're left empty-handed. They have some tokens, but I don't care about their tokens that much. Their tokens are just going to be jump blockers. We do get a Spectral Sailor, but it is always important as well. Like, obviously the correct play, I think, is to counter it, but to think about that second line of play, I think, is important. So I can do this to leave a mana to draw a card, I guess. Attack, attack, attack. Oh, why didn't I attack with a Spectral Sailor? I'm so bad at this game. Before damage, I'll activate. Take action. Find a Growth Chamber Guardian. Not going to play it, though. I'd rather have the 3/3 than the Growth Chamber Guardian, since we can't activate it this turn. Teferi. Teferi's pretty good. I don't know if it's what they needed here. I think it might be a bit too late, but still a decent draw. They might bounce or no, if they yeah, bouncing Ambusher is fine here because I can't just replay it since I wouldn't be able to cast cards with Flash. Okay, that's a nice play too. Bounce the Oath of Kaya, start gaining some life, make some additional tokens. I like this play. Okay, goes for, yep, I like it. Spectral Sailor so that I can't just, oh, that's like the worst draw in the deck. Basic Force is pretty bad too. Well, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. And just jumps 3 times. So this time, instead of opting for Nightpack Ambusher token, I'm going to opt for playing out both Guardians. Can only activate the ability on one of the Guardians, unfortunately. Teferi. Teferi's pretty good. This is a May ability, right? You may search your library? Okay. Because if they were to, like, say, tuck Ambusher, and then we activated this and we're forced to shuffle our library, that would be very bad. I just need both of these off of the table. Like, we're probably at the point, too, that I'm actually just going to attack with the Ambusher. Decline. No point in shuffling for no reason. Right on time. Beautiful. Man. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we attack Baby Teferi is guaranteed to die. Yeah, that's fine. That can still go there. This one goes up top. Sure. That's fine. Sure, he's willing to trade off one of the heroes now, which is fine for us. Definitely put hero to first. And we'll pass the turn. Now we can actually cast the negate. And we have enough pressure now to start pressuring the Teferi. So as long as the cards in my opponent's hand aren't just like tremendous. Tyrant Scorn on a Growth Chamber Guardian. I think that's okay. And passes the turn to us. We'll activate a Growth Chamber Guardian, make it a little bit bigger. Decline. And all 4 of these are going there. Alright, it's Teferi down. He's at a ton of life. But if we can just keep up this advantageous board presence, then we'll be okay. There's the negate for Teferi. Cutthroat, sure. Attacks with all. Has to turn. Hold up a Cutthroat. Has another Teferi. It's so annoying. Draw another card. That's the 3rd Teferi, right? 3rd Teferi and 3rd hero. Wow. Wow. Am I supposed to block? I have to, right? I can't just let him make a ton of tokens. My tokens are all, yeah. I would like 1 non-land card, please. Nightpack Ambusher is in fact a non-land card. All attacks. Sure. 2, 3, 4, 5. Double blocks the Growth Chamber Guardian? I was gonna say, that seems weird. Unless that was some, like, super next level play. Alright, we'll pass the turn. Man, this is a very long, grindy game too, but it looks like we're gonna end up getting there. Is Trickster lethal? This is 12, 15. Yeah, it's lethal if they don't have anything. He has it! Oh well. That was dumb. I should have tapped the token, forced him to, or I guess he didn't have to block technically with hero. But I should have forced him that if he wanted to block, it would have had to have been with the hero. Alright, we won game 2. Now we just have to steal game 3. think I do want the 4th negate now over this 4th unsummon. Like, there's no reason for me to Entrancing Melody. Yeah, I think we just run it like this. 4 negate seems like a lot, but he's a very, very non-creature heavy build of Esper Hero. This game is so dumb. Man. Opponent kept a hand of 7. Why not? We're going for it. I have kept worse hands in my life than the triple negate hand. Don't you thought erasure me? Heck yeah. Land to fairy. To fairy. No, no, no. No to fairy. If we could draw some land cards, that'd be pretty hot. Especially with the 6-drop in our hand. What does he have? Chemister's Insight? Another land? Okay. If he tries to kill this, I'm not fighting over him killing my 1/1. Sure. And turn. Big Teferi. Not Big Teferi. Thought Erasure. My hand is very redundant. I could just let him Thought Erasure it. Do I want to give him the information, though? That's the big question. I don't think I want him to have the information. He's going to play Teferi here, and I'm going to feel bad, but I don't want him to have the information. Oh, man. Didn't have it. If we could hit some lands, that would be pretty nice. Another Thought Erasure. Play your 5-mana Teferi. Land, 5-mana Teferi, go. Or not. Man, not having lands is killing us this game. How much do I care about hero? I don't think I do. Hey, look, a land card. Alright. Now we pass. I'm gonna flash this in. He's gonna despark and make a token. You got it. Then I think the turn after this, I'm going Growth Chamber Guardian, Growth Chamber Guardian. Trickster's relevant too, I guess. So he's had opportunities to play 5-mana Teferi multiple times, and he's chosen not to. So I think he doesn't have it. And so I'm going to opt for just going double Growth Chamber Guardian here. Tyrant Scorn is fine. I don't know how I feel about that play. Okay, I guess with Oath of Kaya backup, I like that play a lot better. I was gonna say, because if he's just trying to like race me here, my hand is set up fine to race, assuming we hit some more lands. Temple, scry me into a land, scry me into a land, scry me into a land. Hinterland Harbor's a land. Alright. Sure. I'm gonna Merfolk Trickster the hero in his upkeep, I believe. The only problem is this Carnage Tyrant play. I mean, it happens, yeah. It's in for 2, 5, or 3, yeah. Alright, land, Carnage Tyrant. Can't be countered, has hexproof. Only answer for opponent would be the Eldest Reborn or Kaya's Revenge. And with a board state like this, it'd be pretty hard to make that decision that you're going to Kaya's Revenge. Ambusher again, we'll take it. No attacks. And pass. That was weird, he didn't flash in Trickster on my end step. Teferi. How much do I care about Teferi? 3 lands left? Sure. I'll Frilled Mystic the Teferi. Oath of Kaya again. This could be so wrong. I'm gonna counter it. He already gets the token off of it, which is very annoying, but I feel like I have to. Now we have Ambusher, and we have 7 lands, right? Yeah, so we can Ambusher and Sinister Sabotage this turn. If we're gonna crawl our way back into this game, this is exactly how we do it. Another Hostage Taker. We'll Sinister Sabotage. Scry land to the graveyard, or surveil land to the graveyard, sorry. Gets another token with the hero. Play this. Ooh. Hi, Carnage Tyrant. Hello. Well, I think he wants to Merfolk Trickster this Nightpack Ambusher on my turn anyway. We'll see if he does it before. So, like, no attacks. Okay. We'll just do it now. So then we have 14 with Carnage Tyrant. Trickster taps down Ambusher, which wouldn't make a token this turn anyway. Tyrant Scorn to kill Hostage Taker. Oh, to bounce Hostage Taker. Okay. Hostage Taker takes... Okay, yeah. Seems pretty good. I can't beat triple Hostage Taker, I guess. Especially not with that. Okay, so let's assume I block here. That would be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If I leave these back, he just does nothing, makes another token. If I attack with 1, I can block 4 and 2 and take 4, 5, 13, which still leaves me dead. So I think I'm dead no matter what. So yeah, I think I'm dead no matter what. I'll say no attacks, and then maybe he won't because I have a card in hand, but I believe I'm dead on board if he just turns everything sideways. Alright, he's gonna be cautious about it. Brenborn Cutthroat. Still pretty dead here. Chooses not to attack again, chooses to be cautious. Play Cutthroat. Spectral Sailor. No attacks. And I took out all the unsummons too. I took out all the unsummons to bounce to like return my own creatures. Okay, that trigger resolves. Play this. Counter there, draw a card. Syncopate. Another Spectral Sailor. I don't think we have any way to come back from this. Unless opponent makes like a huge mistake, I don't see there being any outcome that results in a win for us. Alright, finally turns things sideways. Play Spectral Sailor, put a counter there. Draw a card now. Island doesn't do anything. This goes here. This goes here. Goes here. 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 And here. We're still just dead though. Technically, if I had another way to, because this is 18, this puts him to 1. Yeah. That's unfortunate. So if there would have been, did he cast any spells last turn? If there would have been a way for me to syncopate something that would have put another counter on for Xaxes. But I felt like I needed to hold up the syncopate. What did he cast last turn? Whatever, I can't remember. It was a very, very close game. Very good games, indeed. It's not letting me claim my prize here, so I'm going to go ahead, back out, and then go back in. We will come in here, claim our 1 rare and 2 uncommons. And, oh, our uncommons were gems. I will certainly take those. And this means our rare is... Oh, what? What just happened? Oh, okay, I get it. I got 2 rares, but they were rares that I already had 4 of. One of which from Ravnica Allegiance, it looks like, and one of which from War of the Spark. And then this was my uncommon, so I got 20 gems instead of the rare. Okay, so 40 gems, 1,700 coins, and another random uncommon. I'll take that. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming more over on twitch.tv/AlbyIsLive. So if you enjoyed watching me actually play some games of Magic, you thought it was cool to hear my thought process, go over the different moves I was making in each of these games, be sure to go ahead and check out that Twitch channel. Leave a follow on that channel. The following is the free action that you can do. Subscribing over there costs money, but my channel is not eligible for subscriptions yet. Hopefully it will be, though, in the near future. But yeah, with that being said, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Every video here on the channel, as well as all of my streams and anything else I do Magic the Gathering related, is sponsored by CardSphere. If you guys are interested in trading away some of your cards and maybe picking up a few other cards, head on over to cardsphere.com, and I will see you guys here next time for another Magic the Gathering video.